There's just been like, I feel like every day I've been seeing people do such insane stuff with all of the new things, and then seeing all the insane things that other people are doing gives me a whole bunch of like crazy ideas that goes in their direction, but also like pivots into where my brain usually goes. And so it's just been like really cool with like so much new stuff to play with. There's like literally no way to brain fart anymore right now.
Yeah, I mean, like you just have an idea and you just go for it, right?
I have to quickly swap Wi-Fi's here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, go for it.
No, you're good.
We're going to give everyone a few minutes to jump in anyways.
Yeah, let's do the Discord announcement that we are live.
Yeah, you take care of that. We are on X. Grind Set, what is up, buddy? Guys, if you are in the chat with us, say hello and let us know. We're going to give it like maybe like 3 to 5 minutes. And just hang out for a few while we give everyone who wants to watch an opportunity to join us for the beginning here, because today is going to be fun. We are going to throw Nano Banana and Flux 2 head to head and just kind of see what does what better. It's always a fun week when we get multiple model releases.
Yeah, it's been like one of those weeks where you're kind of like drowning to try the new things and see what they're good at. But I personally haven't really had the time to test out the Flux model. So this is going to be really fun to kind of see what it's good at, where are the edge cases, like what can we use it for as creators and like for use cases. It's going to be a fun deep dive today.
And also today is a very, very great day because not only last week, if you guys were here with us, me and Miguel kind of shouldered last week, and we had a lot of fun doing so. However, this week we got Fabian back, and we got Enigmatic E back from his paternity leave after having a healthy baby. Is it boy, girl?
Girl. It's girl.
A healthy
Let's
baby
go.
girl. So big congratulations to you, buddy, and the chat definitely said congratulations while you were gone, and we're stoked to have you back.
Glad to be back for sure.
But I need to start seeing some AI VFX videos of the baby.
Yeah, some clean baby.
There you have like you have a couple of years to milk those views, man. Joking. But okay, you know what? We're gonna kind of roll into it because we already got a pretty nice size audience in here. So, guys, we're not gonna waste no time. My name is jboogx.creative. This is Angry Penguin, aka Miguel. We got Enigmatic E, and we got our fearless leader and one half of the founders of Glif, Fabian. We are the Glif Crew, and this is the AI Slop Review. And this week, we are going head to head with Nano Banana Pro and Flux 2. And this is going to be kind of like a blind testing for us, right? Because I think all of us have been so busy just in general that none of us have really had time to play with Flux yet.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, an exciting breakdown of the model. There's a lot of really new, awesome capabilities. Do you want to pull up the board, Tyler?
Yes.
So we can kind of talk about this a bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so we have right here broken down, if you want to just zoom in a little bit. So some of the new Flux 2 capabilities is like you can add multiple reference images now. I think it's up to 10, so that you can put all these into your image, right? And this opens up a lot of new use cases. Personally, I think LoRa's might become a thing of the past. Maybe you still need them for some edge cases, but now you can just put an entire data set into the model similar to Nano Banana Pro and make some really impressive things. Right, so you can see right here, also the model has gotten better at image editing, as you can see right here with this like model looking with the arrows pointing to the right. And in general, the model has gotten better at text, so doing some infographics and things like that. So we're really excited to dig deep today. We're gonna go over a variety of different use cases. Tyler has them pulled up on the right here, ranging from like the boring stuff, but useful stuff like product mockups, logos, infographics, and then we're going to go a little more creative with composites, character consistency and some of the fun stuff like photorealism, anime, maybe even posters. And of course, we'll take some input from the audience, what you all want to see generated. So let us know if you have any things that you want to be generated. And yeah, why don't we jump right in? We made an agent. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Tyler.
Wait. Before we get into this, I want to ask Fabian, because I actually am really hyped to see it. Do you want to show off the slides agent now, or do you want to do that towards the end of the stream?
Let's do that later.
Okay, cool. Because I'm really hyped to actually see the deep dive on that too. So you guys definitely want to stick around to the end for that.
Yeah, we got a special treat.
That one I did with Nano Banana too. And I have yet to do it with Flux too. So I'm really keen on comparing that as well and seeing how well Flux does slides and how well it works with the slide agent. But let's do the comparison first, and then we can
maybe we'll throw that at the end. PowerPoint slides. Let me just add that. But yeah, Tyler, why don't we kick it off and we just start comparing the models?
Okay, so if we're doing product mock-ups, we need to find a dope product. So what are we thinking? Actually, you know what? Boom, this was right there in my search history. So let's start with something simple, right? So we're going to copy this image from Pinterest of the iconic Jordan 1. And
iconic shoe.
Let's actually also find a advert. So let's just type in Nike advert over on Pinterest, and let's do this guy right here. Or actually, boom, this one without the with the words. Let's do with the words.
Yeah, let's do with the words.
Definitely keep the words.
And I think this is one of the cool things about both of these new models now is that like the entire internet becomes your mood board for whatever you want to generate, right? Like you can just come on to see whatever inspo you have, copy the model, paste it into whatever workflow. Here we're using the agents because they're freaking awesome. But I mean, the entire internet is now your mood board, right?
So I'm going to tell... So what this agent is going to do, Miguel set this up. This is going to run both Nano Banana Pro and Flux 2 side by side. So we are going to tell it, create a Nike advertisement based on image number 2, except replace the shoe with the iconic Jordan 1 from image 1 and make the text on the advert while maintaining the same style be relevant to the Nike Air Jordan 1 shoe instead of the text that is on image 2. Boom.
And by the way, what's going to happen here is we're going to pass the same prompt, the same parameters, all the same settings into the different models. And we're also having Nano Banana Pro generate at 1K. So there's not going to be a super huge difference in any of the settings.
So both of these are set to 1K, and both of these can do, so I know Nano Banana can do 4K, up to 4K, right? And the other setting is 2K. Do we have the same settings on Flux 2?
I don't know what will happen actually if we try for the 4K on Nano Banana Flux 2. We should try it though. Like let's do this one.
So,
and then...
so if I look here, it seems Flux 2 goes up to 2048 times 2048. So that's 2K. Though maybe that's maybe
like locally. Yeah, I still don't really know all the settings with it, but yeah.
So I think the first thing that strikes you, right, is for both of these models, they're like a tad bit slower than some of the others, I will say. Like, for example, if you compare them with Seedream, Seedream itself is not fast, but comparing it to Nano Banana 1, all of these are quite a bit slower. Not like terribly slow, but I've seen it depends on the sort of time of the day, I guess, as well, like on the load on their APIs. But Nano Banana 2 can take up to 1.5 minutes or something for an edit.
So we got a question in the chat from X that says, why do you use semantic negatives? So just to throw it out there, because I've seen that used in a bunch of my prompters, and it's because that is specifically stated and written in the Nano Banana guide for the best way to prompt it. So when you put it in there, especially since Nano Banana in the prompt can take so much context, it actually really does help the image. And
yeah, and what we noticed with these models too is humans here in the chat, but there's this thing called prompt sampling, which you essentially use a large language model to help you generate a better prompt. And whenever you use that across these like new generation models, you get an insanely like much better result. So that's why, like again, like Tyler said, trying to fit as much information as we can into that prompt. But yeah, these are both freaking bangers.
These are both really good. These are both really good.
One thing that strikes me is the upper one is, in terms of the font replication, a little closer to the original than the lower one. And I think the upper one is Nano Banana, right?
Yeah.
Also, it kind of almost like just copy pasted the person, like the exact same angle, versus the other one was a little bit more trying to do something a little more different with it.
Yeah, like its own interpretation of the image, right?
Yeah.
Although I will say this one did do the Legends Never Die like a little more centered, right? The second one, but yeah like Nano Banana Pro, it's just even the like texture of the shoe looks real.
If you looked at these, like both of them, and someone like showed them to you, like, I don't know, half a year ago, it'd be, what the? They're both amazing, is what I'm saying. They're both really incredible.
Yeah.
I really like
that. Like in this case, I do prefer the Nano Banana version, though it depends on what you like, right? It depends on like what you were looking for. Were you looking for like a slight reinterpretation, creatively speaking, or were you looking for like just the exact sort of that exact ad, but replace the shoe with the other one?
So someone mentioned in the chat that there is a leg missing on the Nano Banana one, but I do want to point out that there's not actually in the original image we gave it. It like kind of like just got the shorts messed up because you can't actually really see the leg in here either. But I think for a one shot, right? For a one shot, let's like put this in context. And this is the thing that we always talk about on these streams and that we always try to put forward for everyone is that very rarely will you get your finished postable product that you will actually use in whatever you're generating it for in your first try. It's iteration, right? But for the one shot, I'm not mad at either of these. I am curious I actually want to grab, I know this is jumping around a little, but just because the main difference I see here is that Nano Banana got a little bit more of kind of like the graininess of the photo on the top one, whereas Flux is really kind of like sharp. I kind of want to grab like a candid photo or like a grainy like flash. What should I search for to get like that kind of texture I'm looking for? Film.
Yeah, film.
Like analog film maybe, or film should be good.
Here, this.
There you go.
This should be good. So let's copy this image.
And again, like the whole internet's your mood board now. You just copy anything and paste, and boom, there you go.
And it's
insane.
Let's grab a character to replace her with. Let's replace her with
the capybara.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I mean, oh wait, no, we gotta do this one, bro. We gotta do emo capybara
with the bowl cut.
So
while we're waiting for these results, let me just quickly address Honey has a question in the chat saying, if your experience is that it works for you, why not use Gemini 3 Pro Preview for the prompt creation? It's miles ahead of Claude Sonnet 4.5 for vision in, text out. So there's a couple of things going on here, Honey. The first one is, so for our agents, we're using Claude 4.5. We're still evaluating Gemini 3. I'm excited about it, but so it's still in testing. For agents in general, there's no model, in my opinion, so far. And I'm open-minded, so I'm still waiting for like evaluating Gemini 3 in detail. But there's no model that can do what 4.5 Sonnet can do. It's like It's just miles ahead of all the other models in tool use, being logical about how it's using tools, being kind of like flexible, generally intelligent about how it's sort of tackling problems and solving them for you. So that's one thing. That's why we're using Claude 4.5 Sonnet. And for this specific thing, there's a second thing going on, because we're sending this stuff straight into Nano Banana and Flux. And so I don't know about the architecture of Flux, but the architecture of Nano Banana has obviously like intelligence baked in, right? Because you can give it like, you can do things like, hell, I've tried, and that's something we could try later as well. You give it like some random photo where you know where it was taken, and that could be from Google Street View. And then you ask it like, hey, return this photo, but print the address on top of the photo. And Nano Banana was able to get that right for me. Like it was like three streets away from here, and there was no clue on the photo. Like there was no name of the street, nothing. So there's like a lot of like vision understanding and general intelligence is baked into that model. So that's kind of like a second thing that's going on here.
It's intelligence all the way down. Even the vision or the image models are thinking for themselves, man.
Well, they have like an LM kind of step baked in. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, totally.
So we got the Nano Banana version.
So while this is great, I did tell it that it was absolutely critical to maintain the like film grain and analog photograph style of that original image, and Nano Banana definitely sharpened it up way too much. Let's see what Flux does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like a little too clean now, Oh, ooh. Nano. Well, but it.
Wait, is that is it? These are
first,
right.
Yes, the
this
first one is Nano Banana.
Okay.
Yeah, Flux is good. Like it nailed it, but it did copy and paste like the head onto the.
It kept a lot of the same elements and just replaced something.
But again,
which might have been the
depends on what you want, right? Like, can we see again what the prompt was?
Yes. So what the prompt actually wrote, or what I said.
What the prompt actually wrote. Right.
So let's see.
So
what
it's interesting because the prompt is ambiguous, right? Like
you almost have to be
could be interpreted as replace the face, replace the head. Yeah. It could also be interpreted as.
I think the thing that you're gonna run into sometimes is that it thinks you're just asking it to replace one element versus, oh, can you just reinterpret this into a different angle, different location, and I think that's sometimes why that happens. So it might have to be a little bit more specific with that.
Yeah, I will say though that like for me, just in capturing that same photo, I think Flux kind of takes it in this style transfer thing. Because although the Nano Banana Pro output's like insane, I think the reality of it is it changes the style a bit too much, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that like through like a couple more rounds of iteration, you can get that style back and get like that texture over it, right?
Yeah, totally.
But for all things being equal, for this one, I actually, while I do really like how Nano Banana made the character, I actually prefer the Flux one.
Yeah,
in this one.
And the fact that made us laugh, I think, gets it some extra points too.
Yeah, for sure. Even though the model is like Nano Banana Pro wins, we're not asking the model for its opinion.
So the AI agent's actually analyzing the images also and giving us its own interpretation based off which agent wins. But in this case, humans will decide.
So
Flux 2.
Let's try a logo. What's like a difficult logo you guys can think of?
The next logo. If you just search next logo, then
this one.
No, it's like this cube. I'm looking for
the cube right there on the right.
Yeah, the cube one, the colorful one, right
Top
there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, is it a very difficult logo? I don't know. It's just
we should do the next logo, but instead
iconic ones.
Because we can do multiple images. Maybe we should throw in the Glif logo too, Tyler. If you go to glif.app/brand, or maybe it'll pop up on Pinterest.
Oh wait,
you got to go in the URL. Yeah.
No, okay.
We're not on Pinterest yet. We're not Pinterest maxing, but that's fine. Yeah, just grab any of those. Grab the PNG. Just download there at the bottom, yeah.
All right. So what do we want to tell it to do here?
Well, we're trying to essentially put the Glif logo, maybe the Glif lettering, inside of that next logo instead of having the NEXT, right? Like recreate it.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, got it. So replace the NEXT lettering in image 1 with the lettering of the logo in image 2. Maintain the same composition and the same style as image 1.
I'm really curious what it's going to do because we gave it the black letter version of the Glif logo. And so this is definitely a mildly interesting intelligence test as well. Or a prompt following test, which again is kind of like it's interesting how do you interpret that? Because is the model going to look at this and say, the user must be stupid because they're asking me to put black letters on a black background? Or is the model going to be, user is always right? They want black letters on black background. I'm going to deliver just that.
Well, it looks like
we have the answer.
It looks like the prompt is telling it to spell Glif out in the letters of the in the colors of the next logo.
That's cool too. And that's the separate layer. That's Claude 4.5 Sonnet being smart because it knows we're a dumb user. So it has to be smart for us.
Also, can we take a minute to admire how clean E's new studio background is? Okay, so that's Nano Banana. That's Nano Banana.
It's German now. It's an umlaut. It's
Glif. I made it colorful.
What? I mean, it's a tough one.
I do think that was a hard one.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one. Yeah. We
did
try to go for a tough logo, right? So,
but I think so two things, like the positive for each one, even though they both obviously flopped it, is that on Nano Banana, the Glif lettering style is closer to the actual Glif logo style. And on the Flux one, it maintained the composition of the next logo, even though it flopped the style of the Glif lettering.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another test for typography that we could do. How about if you go to Pinterest and you just grab like the weirdest image you can find? Like let's do something really challenging. Like
Wario bling.
But take an image without text.
Got it.
Like some object or like some awkward thing or like something really strange. It's kind of like weird mask. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Let's give it.
We just got a question in the chat. Does Flux allow iterations like Nano Banana? And so my answer to this would be it does. It just depends where you use it. So if you're using it like in an agent platform like Glif, you can do the iterations. Essentially how that works though is you feed the previous images back into the model and then ask it to like regenerate or take another image and then like throw that inside of it. So it really depends where you're using the model at to get that like iterations like Nano Banana. But if you're using it inside of Glif, you can totally get that.
Yeah, inside of Glif, any model becomes iteratable.
Yeah.
Tyler, can you ask this now to look at the image, come up with an idea for a print ad with text that is super minimalist, like a minimalist print ad for this product. And it needs to show the product and it needs to find fitting typography.
Okay.
And let's see what it's going to do.
Okay. Can you please analyze this image and come up with an idea for a minimalist print ad with what? What else was there?
Find fitting typography and copy.
And also find fitting typography and copy. The product in this image needs to be included in the print ad.
Yes.
Good. Boom.
What's the story behind these masks with the shoes?
There's a few artists that just like have like their whole thing has been making like these like 3D renders of like these cool heads with like the different shoe textures and like the styles and stuff.
Yeah, they're pretty sick. So this is all 3D rendered, not like in Midjourney, or maybe it is. Who knows?
It could be either or at this point.
Yeah, at this point, right? Who knows?
All right.
Extinction Truth Innovation. So this is now Claude coming up with like Claude is being the creative director, basically.
Built to last forever. I like that.
Okay. I wonder if it went extinction because of the gas mask.
Oh no, it's giving us options. I was
fearing
that we should have said YOLO mode. Just do what you think is right.
Should
I? Like, yeah. Just tell it YOLO. Do whatever you want.
YOLO. I want you to pick whatever option you think is best based on the image.
YOLO mode. Always YOLO.
Have you guys seen any test of like, because I remember early on, I think it was Flux or Nano Banana, that when people iterated an image over and over and over again, you saw it kind of degrading over time. Has anybody done any tests with that with the newer models, you know?
So I can tell you that Nano Banana, as I iterate on the images, I barely notice degradation the way that I did previously in previous models. I think they kind of fixed that to a point where it's like not very noticeable. And also too, you can tell Nano Banana, depending on what platform you're using it on, to upscale the image to 4K and it'll just do it.
Yeah, you don't see that. And I think it's just a sort of function of the insanely increased quality of the general outputs. There's like very few artifacts, maybe none. It's impossible to kind of like tell that it's an AI generated photo 7 out of 10 times if it's prompted well.
I'm not mad at this, man. This is pretty good. This is Nano.
Yeah, I'm like now looking to see if there's any differences between that ad and the image on the right. And right now I can't see any. It's kind of crazy. Or I do see like the one braid on the left, but
you see that it changed it there, you see?
Yeah, Flux changed Flux changed the product a decent amount.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at them closer. So this is Nano, which Nano
like the braid on the left, it misses, but other than that, it mostly gets everything else.
It looks like it tried to like
the left-hand side,
mask this right, and it like missed the mask.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
But I do like everything because, like, okay, so the original image had a little .com thing down here, and it had this little logo down here. This completely, it put it on a new white background, and it has what to me is most impressive here is that it actually did like a hierarchy for the typography.
And it even chose the Nike typography, right? That's like the Nike.
However,
man,
the Flux one, it like contrasted and like upped the vibrance and the saturation on the image a bit, and I wouldn't say too much for the better. The text is a little bit more like, it's definitely like simpler in terms of the hierarchy and the style, and then it kept the little logo thing from the bottom of the image.
Man, it's just I mean, both of these models are nuts, but it's like
I mean, both of them are crazy, yes, but the Nano Banana version wins this one.
Yeah, like Eric said, beginner graphics designer, Nano Banana Pro. That's your freelance designer right there.
Yeah. Can you tell it that can you tell it something like, this is way too tame, give us like sort of crazy over the top campaign using this product? And it doesn't have to be product shot. Just make sure it's really crazy. The CEO said make it pop.
Okay.
Something like that.
These product shots are way too tame. Our CEO wants the most crazy campaign possible. The imagery for the campaign just needs to feature the product. It doesn't need to only be the product, but both of these campaign posters need to be absolutely over the top and really make it pop.
And tell it we don't have time for its questions. Like, it just needs to go.
We don't have time for questions. Just generate the craziest campaign posters possible for this product.
All right. Claude, Nano Banana, Flux, at agency, LFG.
So I have while we're waiting for this to generate, I have a controversial question. What do we think about LoRa's? I have my own opinions about it, but yeah, what does everybody think?
I think it's over. It's GG, Laura. Oh, agent issue. What is?
I think
It'll fix it.
It'll try again.
Cool.
I mean, I haven't used the LoRa in a long time.
Same.
So the thing with LoRa's is I was able to get Nano Banana use 3 to 5 or even 2 reference images, and then with the right prompt, it essentially is capable of reproducing that style perfectly well. Like, so I don't think I'm very bullish on the need for LoRa's outside of like some very specific. Okay.
So these are both Nano Banana.
These are both Nano Banana.
Yeah,
dude, the second one on the bottom
try.
reminds me of like some Travis Scott type of advert. Like whenever they're promoting the Cactus Jack line, it's like crazy out there.
Come on.
Look at the shoe planet.
Bro, this is like I'm not even kidding, like a Cactus Jack Travis Scott. Yeah. It's like sick. Yeah.
Okay. So these are this is the Flux one.
That one's pretty sick too. Watch that movie. Yeah, this is the Flux too, right? I think this is Flux.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
they're really nice. I don't quite know why keeping that logo at the bottom. That strikes me as like a sort of interesting.
Oh, is this Flux?
So yeah, this is Flux. Oh. This is Flux, and then
that one's sick. This one is sick,
dude. I really like the Nano Banana ones.
It's got lasers shooting out of its eyes.
Yeah, it's good. They're all very good.
Mm-hmm.
That one's my favorite.
The NB ones here, but Flux did really well. Yeah. I love the typography on the second one.
I think at the end of the day, like all of it is going to come down to what you're looking for what you're trying to make. And the more options we have, it's just like better for
like the meteors that are falling are like shoes.
Eric, something's wrong with your mic.
Yeah, you keep like you keep fading in and out.
Yeah, the meteors are falling as shoes though. It's like
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Honey is asking, are we rolling veto or no? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you clarify? Vetoing what? Yeah, these are really good. the text rendering obviously changes so much. Yeah. the text rendering abilities change so much because they open up like a whole suite.
You guys keep freezing up. I'm not sure if that's just me.
Oh, but I think that's Eric.
That must be your end, Eric. Sorry.
Yeah, let me try to.
You should maybe try and reconnect.
Yeah, drop out and come back.
Rejoin us.
All right, let me try to come back in.
The wonders of doing it live.
Yeah.
Shall we look at the slides thing? Because I'm really bullish on Nano Banana slides.
Yeah, let's check out Nano Banana and Flux 2 at slides.
Let's do it. Why don't you share? Why don't you share, Fabian?
Yeah, give me 1 second so I can find the session where I did this. I'm just gonna need.
Let's go back to that. While he's doing that, let's go back to this whiteboard real quick, Tyler. The TL draw. Okay, so far we've tested out logos. It was kind of it was a pretty hard edge case, but I'll say it's like a wash. The composites, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say like which one is the best because Flux is pretty solid, but Nano Banana 2 does tend to take the crown in most of these.
It's a very tricky model to beat.
Yeah, and I do think there is. So what I will say is Flux does have a trump card that none of us are prepared to test today, which is the Laura ability. But then what that comes down to for me is like, is Flux 2 plus Laura's and the time you spend training the Laura's and gathering the data set and all that, is that now like bundle of time worth the trade-off for what you could just do with a really good prompt and reference imagery in Nano Banana? That would be my curiosity.
Yeah, like usually what I see is some open source developer will train the LoRa for whatever use case in that model that really makes it shine. And then it'll go viral. And then like people will kind of come on and want to piggyback and use it. But like for me, it's like really hard to justify going and like finding and doing the data set and training because it can be very difficult sometimes to train the LoRa's. So that's like kind of the like wall I have to climb to get there. You know what I mean? So I think it would be sick if BFL put out some LoRa's, you know?
I think there's a joy in that. Like the whole process of training a LoRa is kind of, reminiscent of, I don't know, like developing analog film. But it might go the same way. It's a neat hobby, but do you really need it? Probably not.
That's a super funny line to just like think about saying. Like the process of training LoRa's is reminiscent to like the joy of developing analog film. Like just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen, Tyler, and I can show this slides thing, which I'm quite excited about. Ooh,
recursive images.
Infinity one. So I made this agent where I basically thought, okay, so with the perfect text rendering, you could do like slides with Nano Banana. And so I thought I was just going to try this out last Sunday. And the way this agent works is I basically can give it any image reference, and I just gave it this one, which I saw on Pinterest, thought it would look cool because it's kind of like this very organic, weird. It's probably AI generated.
Probably Mid-Journey.
Hey, Fabian, hit that little hide button on that message on the bottom there.
Oh yeah,
Boom.
Sure.
Yes.
And so I'm like, okay, this style, do a really cool presentation about how LLMs work, and that was kind of like my test. And so it goes on, it generates all the slides, and I'm going to show you the slides inside of this companion app that I've made, which currently on glyphslides.pages.dev. I'm going to move it onto like more Glyph site. But this companion app basically now lets you play this slide deck, and there's a twist to how these work because that agent gives you not only the slides, but it gives you like really awesome transitions. And I like giving doing keynote presentations and doing cool transitions, but this stuff I cannot do in keynote.
Yeah, I remember like being an intern and then like The people who would make the best presentations would spend all this time doing all these like transition effects, and you just feel like, how the heck did he do that? You know, the guy spent an hour, or the person spent an hour, and now you can just do it all with AI.
Yeah, and so basically this thing, it one-shotted this presentation for me, right? Where it said like, I just want like basic titles because this is going to be like, presumably, I mean, this is a fictional presentation, but it's one where I'm going to sort of like stand in front of an audience and kind of like talk about it. And then I want to have these like cool transitions. I did scope creep and add like, I don't think you're going to be able to hear this, but the agent also generates audio for each slide so you can listen to it.
No, yeah, we can't hear it.
You can hear it? You can't hear it?
Can't.
Yeah, we can't. We cannot.
You can't. Yeah, that's fine. But it's like it's pretty good like audio narration that's like there for each slide. And then you get these like insane transformations between the slides. And so I think this is a really, really cool like use case for Nano Banana because yeah, I mean, look at this slide. It's a killer slide.
I love that it maintains like the color of the blue all throughout as well, which was, you know, a very difficult, like we take it now as a trivial thing, but that was a very difficult task like 6 months ago. You know?
It made one mistake here where I then told it like, hey, can you redo that and make the font white as well? And of course it just does that, right?
Yeah, it'll just fix it. Yeah.
What so again, but click on that image, the one where you change the font to white. Previously, just to make that change, even though you weren't asking it to touch the image at all, with all the little details in like the circuitry of the computer, that would have degraded to some degree. And now it's just like it's untouched and it maintains the consistency and the quality, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And I have like, let me see, I have a few more sessions with this one. This is like one demo that I did, but I have a few more sessions with this one. I think this one was fun too. Yeah, this one is fun. So basically here I gave it this pixel art image and said like, do a presentation this style about colonizing Mars. And, let me see. I gotta get the JSON. I'm going to copy the JSON because the way it works is like your presentation becomes like just this piece of text that you copy. And then you're going to go here and you reload that and you just paste your text in here. And
dude, it's so cool. It's so cool.
And now we have this presentation. Why is it not working? Come on. Oh, there we go. It's loading. My internet is slow because of the stream. But you get this like pixel art presentation. There's some loading issues with my internet. I don't know why it's not showing them correctly. Yeah, you see it's trying to load them, but it's really slow. But yeah, we can look at the slides here.
It's just crazy, like the new use cases that are emerging.
Look at this. So this is the image, and then it does like Mars colonization, building home, the journey. Like all of this is, again, it made one mistake with the background, but that's easily fixed. And you get these like, this is exactly the style of this pixel art. It's like the same thing. It's the exact same vibe. It's the exact same kind of dithering. So I'm just like completely amazed by it. And honestly, like this gives you a decade worth of building just with this model. So I'm a fan.
Yeah, as these models have just become like so much better, the use cases have just kind of exploded. Like we can do so many things now with the agents, with product photography, infographics, logos, even these like crazy ads. And then like as Matt Wolf always says, these models are, what is it, the worst they're ever going to be?
Every day it's the worst it's ever going to be. I've been saying that for the past like 2 years, and it's that statement will never not be true.
Yeah. That was Nano Banana Pro, the artist.
I'm pretty sure that Flux 2 will also be pretty good at this slide thing. Maybe better at some styles of slides. I have to yet to try it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a good use case for the LoRa, right? Like training on specific style of slides.
Yeah. If you have like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you work for Megacorp 3000 and you have a sort of style guide for your slides, you can just train a LoRa on those.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm curious about the character consistency, because I will say that Nano Banana Pro, as I try to put myself in images, it completely cooks my face. And I have this theory that unless you have facial qualities of the people in, stock photos that come in your picture frames when you first buy them, that it will always materially change you a little bit too much. No shade to anyone who gets their face perfectly out of Nano Banana Pro. I'm very jealous of you, but but it just like completely destroys my likeness. So
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
really
I don't
funny.
know.
Because, yeah, I found it was quite good with most of the faces I've been throwing at it.
Yeah, like I think
So,
there's some tricks you can do too, and it comes down to like the prompt engineering as well. Like I put out a tweet yesterday where it's like if you upload 3 images, upload multiple contexts of what your face looks like. So I have an image of me looking to the left, looking straight at the camera, and to the right. That alone, instead of just one, or that set of 3 images versus just one image, will help me get a way better result out of the model. So I think there's still some like tips and tricks to like pull out the best use case out of the model. So we're definitely still
gotcha.
exploring there. Yeah.
I want to try this because this is something I've been doing lately to try to like generate more complete scenes, or at least get a feel for how it would look. So I'm going to give it this one image, and I'm going to tell it generate a 4x4 grid of multiple cinematic camera angles based on this single image of this exact same scene and this exact same person.
yeah, that's a good one. I was going to suggest we do one of these. The kind of like multiple frames thing, it does really, really well. And that gives me about 50 different ideas of what to do with it. Because if you do 4K, 4 images, you get like 4 1K images, right? And that stuff you can work with already with video.
It says it's making a 4x4 grid of 16 cinematic camera angles.
Why?
So
why not?
Why not?
4 times 4, 16. Yeah.
So this will be interesting to see how. Okay, so this is Nano Banana.
Damn.
That's so sick, man.
Well, I guess it's right. Like that is a 4x4 grid, right?
That is a 4x4 grid. Yes.
And
again,
then
smarter than us users.
Smarter than us. Yeah. Hey there, Miss Melanie. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving if you're in the US of A.
Or if you're in Canada, I learned from PERS that Thanksgiving is celebrated in October.
All right, so this is Flux. And we definitely got some of the notorious Flux skin going on.
Yeah, it also did 4x3. Not 4x4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I will say like this one, man, like the couple things that stick out to me here are the silhouette shot on the bottom, the up close of the sunglasses, as well as like the overhead, and just overall like the different, like even though it's kind of getting the same, like it's maintaining her upper body, it's making her head really dynamic, and all the images feel very real.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
117 is asking whether these videos are pre-recorded to view later. They are recorded to be viewed later. We don't pre-record them, but yes, they'll be on our YouTube channel, and we'll drop the links later once we're done in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we do these live streams every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific. You can catch us here on YouTube or any of our socials. We're everywhere at Hey Glif on X, and also YouTube Shorts. We'll be posting some clips of the live stream as well. So yeah, you can find us everywhere at Hey Glif.
So now let's take that idea a step further and do it with something a little bit more abstract. So let's take this image right here of these Stonehenge guys, and let's what type of grid should we ask it for? There's something that they're like, Fabian, I know you got like a grid style that I'm not thinking of.
Try something like do a 4x4 narrative storyboard where this is the first image. And
Visual asked the very interesting questions too. Can Nano or Flux then separate those 4x4 grid images into separate 4K images?
Yes, good question. Nano Banana can do it, and I've tried that today. So if you specify which one it should then upscale, it will do that very well. Wow. Which is a great question because that's pretty key for a lot of the more interesting use cases that you can do.
Yeah, that just gave me a huge idea for an agent.
Yeah.
Because like you could storyboard out, right? Like, okay, give me like 4 and then choose the best one and let's proceed with that. Instead
you could
of
do
like
generating
4.
You can get your whole social media video in one image and then just
what? Yeah. Big brain. Big brain stuff happening.
Wait, Fabian, what was the finisher for this prompt?
Do 4x4 narrative storyboard where this is the first image, and let the model, like, important, tell Claude to not prompt it. Let the model come up with that story. Don't give it a story. Just tell it to do this 4x4 narrative storyboard where this is the first image, because we want to see the raw reasoning happening inside of these image models, because they're like not really just image models. And we don't want like smarty pants Claude to come up with its own twist on the story.
Is that good? So do not allow Claude to prompt the story. We want to allow the image models to use their own
yeah, you can do that. Like, you're talking to Claude right now, obviously, but it'll understand. Hopefully we won't give it an existential crisis.
There we go. Boom.
So that one I'm quite curious about.
This is a sick image, by the way.
Dude, this stream has given me so many ideas for just like things to test and make. And
it's crazy. Like with this new generation of models, it's like I wish I could just clone myself 5 million times to just like try out all these things in one day, because there's so many different types of really insanely interesting creative applications for them. And they're like so it's like upgraded to a super useful level now, like, because this is professional grade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can, I mean, the text is perfect on some of these images. Like before, you'd have to generate like 100 and hope the text was decent. Or like even with GPT Image 1, it had that like yellow filter, so everyone could clearly tell it was AI. Now it's like
more and more we're stepping into the part of the timeline where, like, even though I know a lot of people have been saying this for a while, that the most important like key factor for anyone in any type of creative field is going to be taste and the idea, period. Because everyone can make something look cool now.
And just like raw agency, right? Like being able to just like, prompt yourself to write prompts. This is another one where it's pretty clear. Like, so this is Flux.
I think this is
No, the Nano Banana one is the one below.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because Nano Banana took longer than Flux and popped out first. Okay, so this is Flux.
This is Flux, and what this tells you is that Flux does not have because Nano Banana is not just an image model. It has like this like reasoning baked in. It's like a multimodal model, and Flux is not, presumably. Well, like, not really. I don't know, but this tells you that it does not do a lot of reasoning. It just basically is trying to sort of like generate the shape of like something that looks like a storyboard, so it kind of like gets that right, but it doesn't have there's no story in there. And if we look at the Nano Banana one,
you got a whole story going on in there. What's going on?
it's not like obviously not perfect, but it's pretty damn good.
Well, now let's say now please redo this using Claude's reasoning for the storyboards and for generating the imagery alongside the models.
Yeah, you can just tell it like, now you tell them exactly how to set up the story and how it should look like.
And there it goes. Claude is going to literally list out what every individual frame should be based on this entire story it just came up with from that single image we gave it.
Sometimes it's useful.
Yeah, I will say, I think this has been my favorite live stream so far, just because there's so much we can do now with these new models. Like it's just blows your mind.
You know where I feel like there is still some use for LoRa's is with video, with Juan. That's essentially what Higgsville is. Higgsville is a bunch of LoRa's for effects. Like each effect is a LoRa of something. For like bullet time.
Yeah, but it's like it's a matter of time until these. I mean, it's already kind of like you can prompt most of these effects. Right.
I mean, I don't know if you can get exactly those. Like you can train it to do something very specific that it gets it right for like 80-90% of the time.
Miguel, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so in the Glif app, what window or feature is it that you're working out of to do the prompting and image generations? So we're actually using the agents. The agents is the flagship product of Glif, and it enables you to kind of chat and work together with these models in an iterative way and using the power of these really intelligent large language models. So here we're using Claude Sonnet 4.5, and it's really chaining together a bunch of really powerful tools that analyze the image and really help you get the most out of that model. And so, yeah, if you go to that agents page, you'll see some of the best and finest agents that we've created for you to use.
And for anyone that is interested in using the exact agent that we're using to do this, I just put the link in the chat. Keep in mind that this agent in particular, we made specifically for the stream, and it's relatively simple. It's just built to generate your image using Claude's reasoning to enhance the basic idea or prompt you give it, and generate a Nano Banana Pro as well as a Flux 2 image simultaneously side by side. So if that is a use case that you have for that, the link is in there. Just be aware that for this particular agent, that's what this one is trained for.
Yeah, and if you go to the agents page, you'll see YouTube thumbnails agent to help you make YouTube thumbnails. You'll see miniature history agent to make like short form videos. There's a whole bunch of use cases. Just go in there and you'll have a blast.
So this is Nano Banana. This is the complete story. And it's so different, obviously, than when we just let it do its thing. This is like, there's cohesion. There's like something going on here, right?
Yeah, it's like it's I mean, we didn't like give Claude more context on how to do this well. Like you could make that 10x better by providing Claude with more instructions on how to sort of set up a storyboard like this, how to sort of think about the, hero's journey or whatever. But it's pretty good. And here, like, did it give it a different prompt? Because that looks like no, it's not.
No, it's the same prompt.
No, it's the same prompt. It's the same prompt, and this one there's like little changes in some of the images. Some of the images are exactly the same.
Yeah, can you go back to the first one, the Nano Banana?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the style is a little different, but it's like still pretty on point. Yeah, like the colors are on point. It's just a challenging.
What is? Can we piece together the story? So there's like, it's like just from the images.
Oh, just from the images.
Yeah. So what's going on there? So there's like the statues.
Yeah, I think it's like back in the day, the Stonehenge creatures. They were creatures.
talking to the statues, and then
They wake up. They wake up.
They wake up. Statue gets
Out of the
angry,
water.
summons the octopus Cthulhu, and then hero remembers he has the magic stone, and
Or he steals the stone from the Kraken. Looks like.
sad face.
He throws
The
it
end.
at him. He throws the stones at him.
I'm curious. Yeah, what happened in like the traveler? The creature releases glowing orbs of light that float toward the shore. The traveler catches one. Flashback panel. Return to present. Got it. Okay.
But
so
yeah, this is it's really cool. Like you can totally see how, like, if you put in the work to really give an agent the context of how to do storyboarding for the specific type of world building that you're doing, what styles to do it with, this is the perfect tool for it.
And
It's
something
really
to just keep in mind, because we were like, wait, did it give it a different prompt? It actually just called the thing a massive bioluminescent creature. It didn't specify what the creature was or if it was an octopus or whatever. So Nano Banana classified it as, Kraken octopus thing, and Flux was like giant dolphin.
giant dolphin. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, Claude is obsessed with bioluminescence. I can't even pronounce that word. It's too late for me. But it's obsessed with that concept. Like you'll find it everywhere in Claude.
I think that's actually going to bring us to the wrap up here, which dude, I'm pretty this stream for me definitely up there of all the things we've done so far, because this is a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't have tested left to my own devices, and that's also a great point that I would just like to highlight to everyone watching is there's so much cool stuff out there now for you to create with, and everyone is constantly figuring out new things because none of these companies probably don't even know the extent of what the models are capable of, right? Like Google didn't know you could annotate on the image and then give it to VO3, and then that turned into like a whole breakthrough for everyone doing AI video. So it's super important that you guys stay tapped in with the community and you look at what other people are doing so you don't get stuck in your own little echo chamber.
Yeah, totally. And sometimes too, like a lot of people will have the predisposition to think that it's copying or stealing, but really what you're doing is just building together, right? Figuring it out together. Because yeah, if you're in your own echo chamber, you might drive yourself a little crazy trying to figure out what you can pull out of the model. But that's why we're here together to jam and figure out what we can do with these models, where we can like actually use it for real world use cases and just have fun with it, Cool. I think that wraps us up, though.
Sure.
The end the end conclusion. I think we both have I think we have some very incredible, powerful models now, and yeah, they all have their own unique use cases. And really excited to see some Flux Loras come out. And when they do, if you train one, let us know in the Glif Discord. We'll test it out here live. But yeah, super exciting times.
Yeah, conclusion, net positive win for everyone who uses AI tools in the past couple weeks. Period. And it's only going to get crazier as it has been every couple weeks. Guys, this is Glif.app. This has been the weekly AI Slop review. We are going to be back here, same time, same place next week. If you are not already following us, please come follow us in all the places at Hey Glif, especially on YouTube, where we are uploading weekly tutorials and model reviews. We just actually put up a brand new tutorial today that helps you make short form story driven content with one of our newest agents. And the tutorial is literally less than 10 minutes. So go check that out. And if you guys celebrate, happy Thanksgiving, or just have a good day off if you're in the United States tomorrow. jboogx Creative, our fearless leader, Fabian, Angry Penguin, Enigmatic E. Guys, we are out until next week. We'll be all over socials. If you make something cool with us, please tag us so we can see it. This is Glif.app.